Hey guys, I wanted to do a series of videos on helping people pick a trainer because it's a really confusing world out there. If you're trying to find a dog trainer, there's a lot of terminology, there's a lot of slick marketing, and there's a lot of nonsense going on. And the truth is that the more you look, the more confused you might become. So I want to try and help people. The first thing I want to say is that I have good news for you, and that is that you never, ever, ever have to work with a trainer who doesn't reflect your values, who you don't feel comfortable with. If your trainer asks you to do something and you're not comfortable with it, and you say, "Hey, I'm not comfortable with what you're asking me to do for whatever reason," and they don't go, "Okay, let's talk about that," but instead put pressure on you and tell you, "Oh, you're a bad dog owner if you don't do this," or or mock you or belittle you, that's probably not a good fit for you. Because even if they're right, even if they're 100% right, you will never believe in their rightness. You will never buy into that, which means you won't use it. There's a really great blog. A dog trainer named Sarah Wilson wrote this blog. It said the title was "The Best Dog Training Method in the World Revealed." And if you open the blog up, the best training method in the world is the one that the owner will actually use. So if your dog trainer is asking you to do something that you're not comfortable doing, that you don't feel good about, you're not going to do it. Not consistently, not with the rigor that you need to make an impact and to change your life and your dog's life. So it's very important that you feel good about who you want to go with. And to be honest with you guys, it doesn't matter. Like, uh, you can be fair and use leashes and prong collars and e-collars and whatever. You can be fair to the dog and do that, and you can produce a really happy, well-balanced, motivated dog with those tools. I promise you it's possible. Or you can also do the same thing. You can create an obedient, well-mannered dog using treats and clickers and this sort of stuff. Like the lie is that you have to that you choose one camp or the other, and if you choose the wrong camp, your dog will be ruined, and that's just not true. There are wonderful, very good trainers everywhere along the spectrum, or almost everywhere along the spectrum of you know corrections versus motivation, right? Like you don't have to choose between one or the other. The best trainers, I think, work somewhere in between. So but find somebody who's you're comfortable with, whose approach makes you feel good about working with your dog, who you connect with, right? I have a lot of people who come into for consults, and their previous trainers have made them feel stupid or bad or wrong, and that's just not okay. And you don't need to worry about that. Like if somebody's talking to you that way, man, just walk away. You don't have to work with those people. And they're going to tell you, they're going to try and scare you. A lot of them are going to say, "Oh, if you walk away, you're never going to solve your problems." Like, come see me. Okay, if you're in my area, come see me. If somebody's talking down to you, come see me. I will help you, right? And you can find other people too. I'm not the only one. This is not for local people, but find a trainer who's willing to listen to you and talk to you. And I always make a promise to my clients: if anytime that I'm doing something that makes you feel uncomfortable, you tell me to stop, and we will stop right then, and we'll talk about it, right? Um, and if that happens a lot, then maybe we're not a good fit. Maybe, I'm not the trainer for you. And by the way, this goes for some people aren't comfortable training with food. I love training with food, but some people just don't like it. They don't feel good doing it. They feel like they're bribing the dog and this sort of thing. And if that's who you are, then find a trainer who doesn't use food, but still makes you feel good about what you're doing with the dog, right? You can use toys, you can use affection, you can use all sorts of stuff. It doesn't have to be food. I like food, but a lot of dogs I get aren't motivated by food, so I don't get to use it with them, and that's okay too. But the point I'm saying is find somebody who you fit with. Find somebody that feels good to you, because you know what? In the United States, there is no licensing for dog trainers. Literally, anybody can call themselves a dog trainer. There may be some states where that's changed since last time I looked. I don't know. But if for the vast majority of states, nobody's checking on your credentials. You buy a business card, you get a website, now you're a dog trainer, and that is it. And anybody can claim to be a dog trainer. So meet with somebody. The best way is referrals, right? The best way to find a dog trainer is referrals. Talk to your friends. Who have they worked with? How did that go? See the relationship with their dog. Is their dog better or worse after having been trained? Are they constantly frustrated, or do they feel happy with their dog, right? Look into that. If you don't know referrals, if you don't have referrals, and even if you do, meet with the trainer. Go in for a consult. Talk to them. Pick up the phone and call them. Find out how you feel about them. Find out how you feel in their presence. Find out whether or not. Now, please understand, though, a lot of trainers are very good salesmen, A lot of trainers are better salesmen than they are trainers, and that's something you got to watch out for too, because they'll have slick marketing and they'll have a slick spiel and a slick kind of shtick that they give you. You got to be able to see through that too, and that's kind of the hard part. I'm not a big fan, for example, of demo dogs. Like, you show me your personal dog that you've been training for umpteen years. How does that show me what you're going to do with my dog? Did your dog start off with the same confidence issues my dog had? Did your dog start off in the same place, or did you select a dog that was bred for performance, or did you how many hours a day do you spend working with that dog, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? And the truth is, I have trained dogs for other trainers before, not very often. And I don't mean done all the training, but I have had other trainers consult me about behavior problems that they couldn't solve with their own dogs. So do they tell their clients when they show their demo dog that they got the help from another trainer? Right? So I'm not a big fan of demo dogs. They don't necessarily prove anything. In fact, it is possible, and I know one case where a trainer, somebody doing demos with their dog, they weren't actually training with the public, fortunately, but they were doing demos with their dog, and the dog they were doing the demos with was trained by someone else. So just because the dog has a high level of training doesn't necessarily mean that the trainer you're hiring is the one who got it there. But more importantly, that's someone who has dedicated their life to training. That is somebody who has ample time to work with their dog throughout the day, not necessarily somebody who's working a full-time job raising kids and all that other stuff and has just can squeeze in 5 minutes here and there to work with their dog. So that's not always a good model, right? Like, you want to see the results their clients have had. You want to see the reviews. Like, online reviews are messy, especially in the dog training world, because you have people who get on crusades and will review bomb a trainer who uses a method they don't like. So that makes it very hard to pick out a good trainer based on online reviews. But in person, people who have worked with the dog, referrals, that sort of stuff is really valuable. All right, I'm going to do more about this. We're going to talk about the terminology that people use. We're going to talk about the balance versus positive training. But I promise you that's less important than whether that trainer respects you and respects your dog. Because if the trainer respects you and your dog, anything else can be worked out. If they don't, it doesn't matter what else they say. It doesn't matter what else is coming good from them. If they don't respect you and don't respect your dog, and they're not willing to have a conversation with you, not willing to take on the role as coach and teacher and instructor, and instead want to become this authoritarian and they tell you how it must be done and lecture you and talk down to you and make you feel bad, that's not a great relationship. That's not a healthy relationship, and that's not the way good things happen, all right? So first things first, regardless of the tools that they're going to be using, find out who they are. Find out if they respect you and they respect your dog. Because if you start from there, you're going to have a lot better success than if you start with some ideological idea about what you will or will not do in terms of training. All right. So that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.